Alrighty, welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News. Got to thank our sponsors. I know you laughed about this, Jack, last time, or wasn't it? Wasn't you? Was it?
No.
Who was here with us last week? Langley Speedway. Can you think Langley Speedway? You hear that noise out back? That's some guy. Billy Hubbard. I mean, I've heard the name before. I don't know what he's doing on an asphalt track with a dirt late model, but Performance Plus. He might have some Performance Plus oil in that thing. As fast as this is.
Go ahead.
Safety Clean. Black Acid Apparel. I should be getting some artwork hopefully this week on some shirts. NC 811 and 811. MPM Marketing. If you need a PR person, they are the place. Factory Canopies, man. If you need a car to cover you need a canopy, 10 by 20 to cover your car with your sponsors' logos and stuff on it. Those are the guys. You need something nice to drink, smooth. Some Bondurant Brothers Distillery, Pepsi, and GAC, Great American Enterprise. Such a cool name.
Did you do NC 811?
I did.
Okay. They have a habit of watching us.
Do they? What's up, Eddie Clark? Miss Rice. What's up, Dwight? How you feeling, man? I hope you're doing better. I was worried. I didn't lock my keys in the truck this weekend, so I was okay. You know, he had posted he was in the hospital. So, man, I'm gonna have to be careful not lock my keys because Dwight has helped a brother out a few times.
Yeah. And we've got Cheyenne Scramberg with us this week.
And what's up, Fuller?
The champ kart driver extraordinaire.
The down and dirty driver.
Arch enemy of Danny Millard.
Now, do you have to apologize to Danny?
No. Well, so Saturday, of course, I qualified in front of him.
Yeah, I would reiterate that.
No, it's all love. But I qualified in front of him, and then I had his brother Davey in front of me. So I didn't trust the cart, so me and Danny ended up switching him in front of me, and I just couldn't hold on. So this race on Saturday wasn't the best, but I ended up falling back and got with Jesse Cole. Jesse Cole and I ended up staying together for the entire race.
What's up, Doug?
Well, I mean,
good run this weekend.
Pretty bad that,
you sound like Jack. I'm saying I hooked up with Jesse back there in the back. I mean,
no, don't listen to him. Just go ahead and just ignore that part of it. He's got some things on his mind that don't need to be there. Anyway, all right, let's do some winners for the weekend before we get started. And some news.
There's a lot of news.
A little bit of news out this week. In the ARCA series, the first ARCA race this past weekend at Bristol, Sam Mayer won the race. And then he won the truck race. The Xfinity race was won by Chase Briscoe. The Cup race won by Kevin Harvick. And the Winchester ARCA race was won by Ty Gibbs. The JEG CRA race from Lucas Oil Raceway Park, Travis Braden got the win. From Anderson, South Carolina, the late model winner, Ashton Higgins. The ARCA CRA Super Cars, or Super Series, Carson Hocevar got the win. At Hickory, late models, Josh Berry got the win. The championship, this was championship weekend in Hickory. But the championship is going to have to wait one more week between him and Ryan Milton. They got to go one more week because it's dead even between the two of them.
So they extended it?
No, I don't know what became of that. All I know is they said it'll be one more.
Do you know this lady?
Oh my God. It's my mom.
You claim her?
No.
Okay.
I don't know her. No, I didn't say anything. There's no proof.
Toledo in the late models, Katie Hedinger. Remember Katie Hedinger that was on our show a few weeks ago, the young girl?
Yeah.
She got her second win in Toledo. The Wheelman Racing Series Sportsman Division winner was Brooke Storr, and that's her fourth win. Down at Madera Speedway, Buddy Shepard got the win. Kersey Young, I understand, had a rough night, and I think she finished like ninth in that race. Here at Langley Speedway, There was some racing here at Langley Speedway this weekend.
It was some good racing.
Some great racing this weekend.
I mean, that Pro 6 race, I was just a few
The champ
laps.
carts. The champ carts. Aaron Leach won. Cheyenne Stramberg, where did he finish?
Do I have to say it?
Yeah.
15th out of 19.
I gotta give it to Aaron. It had a whole team lined up, first, third, and fifth. I was like, they're gonna break him up, and I was like, how in the hell did you still win, Aaron? He's like, well, why would you ask that? I was like, they had the whole inside lane.
All right, modified race number 1 and modified race number 2 was won by Matt Carter. The Virginia Racers the first race was won by Landon Pimpleton. The U-Cars, Mike Waters won. Pro 6, Jared Clark won. I think that's win, 13 for him or 12?
I don't know. It's all of them. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's all the races.
It's coming to an end.
Scott Allen finished a very hot 3rd. I'm not sure where 4th was, whether finished or whatever, but Scott finished 3rd. But I got to give him, I'll have to give a little credit where credit's due. He was running down Jason Machad at the end of that race. So he's gaining on it. Now, whether he'll gain any more in the next couple of weeks or not, we don't know.
We're gonna put some effort into it. We got the car running.
In the super streets, Jimmy Atkins got the win. And I understand that's his first win in quite a while.
Hibby says Sam Mayer won the truck race for the first, then won the ARCA race.
Yeah, all on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
I said that, didn't I?
That's a
Somebody
fact.
didn't wake Hibby up too much, did they? The Virginia Racers' second race was won by Zach Lightfoot. Up at Dominion Raceway this past weekend, in the Bando Series, Riley Music got the win. Late model races 1 and 2, Peyton Sellers got the win in both races. The Dominion Stocks was won by Bobby Curtis. The Legends race was won by Tommy Jackson Jr. In the HRKC races this past weekend, or this past Sunday here at Langley Speedway, had some great racing, only 1 injury. 2 injuries. 2 injuries. Who else got hurt?
David Newell's daughter, Danielle, she broke her elbow. She's in a cast.
Oh,
In the champ cart division.
I didn't know that part. Okay. In the kids' carts, Jackson Morrow got the win. J1 Predator, Jaden Wise. J2 Clones, Nathan Guerrero. J3 Pro, Robbie Pellick. That's your teammate, Robbie Pellick. I think he's got more wins in a week than you had in the whole season, right?
Pretty much.
J3 Clones, Ian Specchio. The junior champ carts, Blake Adkins. In the 375 Predator, Aaron Leach. In the tags, Aaron Lithium, or whatever the hell you say that last name. The HRKC driver of the weekend was Ian Specchio. The big news this week, Ross Chastain finally got him. He's confirmed into the 42. I've been saying it all along. That's where he's going.
I am surprised that they really didn't put him in there before.
I don't know the reasoning behind why they did that.
I don't either. I mean, he's a hot commodity. I think maybe I would have probably assumed that he was probably getting interest elsewhere, and they either needed to put him in the car or let him go. Because I know they kept him under contract.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Then it was announced last night via Twitter that Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin, and Bubba Wallace have formed a new team. They have a charter that they bought from the 13 team.
Oh, they did? They have already bought the charter?
The charter has been bought. Now it's just a matter of getting all the people in place, from what I understand, and then getting everything started. And
I mean, that's a big deal for the sport. I mean, we have Michael Jordan, which alone is a big name, and somebody from another sport coming into our sport again. I think it's a big deal. I mean, Michael will bring a lot of attention to the sport. I think it's a great thing, and it'll be interesting the sponsors that they're gonna get. I'm sure they probably already have some sort of. Bubba's. I think he's got
3 or 4. And
13 million, I think is what the figures I've heard, 13 or 16 million that he's bringing. So it'll be pretty interesting. I mean, I think it's a real big. I mean, every news outlet in the world had it on today. Michael Jordan, with his friends, going NASCAR racing.
So there's a new team now. It will be Toyota.
Well, that's a surprise.
It will be Toyota back. It is getting all of the Levine Racing family
cars
and stuff. The interest from all that's coming over there.
Right, but so, I am curious. I mean, as we've been told and know that the cars that the 95 team has is not the same cars that JGR runs. They're the second or third tier cars. Now, I wonder if that gap will be closed, being that Denny Hamlin will have.
I think it will be.
I would think so.
I think it will be.
Can you tell Billy to slow down a little bit? He's a little loud.
The Larry King Laws Banquet is going virtual this year on December the 10th. So mark that down. I think it's going to be on Facebook Live December the 10th.
Going to be virtual. Mason said I could have got a top 5 in the Virginia Racers class. I could just took my car and run in that class too. Parker says I just.
Yeah, well, you could have because it wasn't before them too. You're right. You're right. And also, it was announced this week that Menards will not be back as a sponsor, a full-time sponsor on the race cars this year. So they will not be back. And also, the latest rumor out of the 96 car for the Cup season next year. I think they were a little upset that things went the opposite direction from what they had been told it might go. So now I understand the backup plan is Brandon Jones is going to go to the 96, drive the 96 car for Gaunt Racing next year. That's what I'm hearing.
And they are a Toyota team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for our Jack Dodson'S GAC NC 811 Driver of the Week, Jimmy Atkins gets the Driver of the Week this past.
That's pretty cool. Jimmy's been gone a long time, and to come back and win in the Super Streets is a pretty big deal. It was funny listening to him in Victory Lane.
Hey, Rodney Davis is selling his car. What's the deal with this? Have you heard what's going on?
I think
there?
they're moving up to another class.
Oh, well, Rodney,
I'm probably not supposed to say, but he's going Super Street racing. I think that's what they're going to do.
Well, Rodney, I think
that's my buddy.
Maybe you need a new driver there to come in and take the car. We got a couple of people that might be interested.
And Ryan Haynes says, "How about Tommy Gilday coming through the field after hitting the wall?" Dude, I thought Tommy was done.
I did too.
I mean, when he did a somersault on the backstretch and crunched the right front end, I'm like, he's done. And then I was like, oh, him and the 12 are going to be getting into it. And it was fun to watch him drive back up through the field and clip third off on the last lap.
You ain't kidding.
That was fun to watch.
He was on the chip that night, man. It was going good.
What's up, Ethan?
Amy on Warren Music says she wants to know who's practicing this. Billy Hubbard. He's out there in his.
That's a bando.
No, that isn't. No. So he's out there practicing.
That's Aaliyah Painter. She says she's coming for y'all.
So now we have Cheyenne Strandberg here, fresh off her 15th place finish. So where did Danny finish?
10th, I think.
So he just barely got you.
Yeah.
Well,
But you did not qualify.
Yeah, I did. Not by much. I know
It doesn't matter.
I know the week before I just barely got him. I out-qualified him by 1/1000.
Also, this was 2 weeks in a row you out-qualified?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd be talking trash, Danny.
It's really sad that the one of the greatest drivers here at Langley Speed, like Danny Millard, seems to be tailing off towards the end of his career here.
Oh.
I mean,
Rodney, I'd about agree with you. That was a heck of a run for Tommy. I truly thought his car was done. There's no way I would have thought he got back to third. I even had to go over and talk to him after the race.
So anyway, but at least he's beginning to fade in this latter days here in champ carts. So
Gary says you just didn't trust your cart.
It was that, and I didn't trust myself. I was second guessing. I was in my head, and I'd rather have been.
You just get a hook and hold it over your right foot that just holds it floor to the floor.
Well, at the moment, it's in a boot.
Well, that's all right. All you got to do is hold it one time. You're never going to let off.
Yeah, that's true.
but you go out there and run the champ carts, and then you come out here for a cart race and be an official, and you get hurt. I don't understand how this works.
You can have me in a building with 100 people, and I will be the first one to get hurt.
I mean, the cart was so fast you couldn't get away from it.
The
Did a cart run you over? Is that why?
I have the video. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but yes, I have the video. I saw the video. The kid, it happened up in turn 3 and 4. The kid was spinning, and my first thing was to go let the other kid know, hey, there might be cones on the track. Go let him know, like, cautious, be careful. Well, I guess we both.
Keyword: be careful.
Did you see it coming?
I
That was the wrong answer there.
I didn't know which way he was going, so I was hoping the way that I was going wasn't going to be the way he was going. But I guess I should, yeah. We both just met.
How'd that work out?
Didn't work out too well.
Looks like you both went the same way.
Yeah. Andrew, yeah, we do need some stickers.
I got one. I got a sticker. I got an Andrew full sticker.
And Greer says, and we forgot to mention this, we just talked about just before we went on air, that Carteret suspends 2020, the rest of the 2020 season. That's a shocker. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. And I'm still trying to figure out how these racetracks, it's in North Carolina especially.
What?
Cars
Tour's $30,000 to win at Greenville's Pickens, October 23rd, 4th, and 25th. Cars Tour, a 3-day show? No.
I don't know. They got a big one coming. I didn't know.
$30,000 to win?
It's taking the place of South. Well, somebody says it's taking the place of South Boston since they're not running in South Boston. But
wow.
This weekend I think they're in Florence.
Dang. You think that they wrecked back then? Hey, and Big Dave gives me a shout. He said I was on the same straightaway as the leader.
Huh?
Big Dave. He says I was on the same straightaway as the leader. We was all right there together. I mean, the leader was probably he was riding at the end. I ain't gonna lie.
I was getting ready to say I thought he was. He
backed up.
Pulled away a little ways, and then y'all got together with you and Jason got
not,
together.
But not like that.
I know that, but I'm just saying. See what I'm talking about? This is what I have to work with. It's pitiful, isn't it?
I'll take a spot.
Oh, so you want to be the stand-in when he's not here?
Sure.
Okay, we can work that out. If he, when he don't come over here, you can come and be the stand-in.
That works.
Can you work the computer?
I can learn.
Well, that's what I said too. So how other than this past couple of weeks, tell us a little bit about your racing season this year.
It's been good. Me and my brother have been working a lot together, and it's more so the fact that I'm able to work more on pushing him and drafting with him than versus him pushing me and me being the leader. And I haven't had a top 10 in over a year, and I got it this year. I'm with Gary Osborne and Brad Gower this year. I'm on his team. He took me in and is letting me run his cart, and I'm having a blast this year.
Okay, well that's good. And running, running good with Danny Millard. I'm just shocked that you two just the arch rivals that you all got going on here.
I know one night this week I owe him dinner and dessert, so I lost the bet, double or nothing. I lost that, so now.
So all people to pick on, you decided to say, "I'm gonna beat you, Danny."
Mm-hmm. Well, because I know that's Jack's favorite.
Oh, okay. I mean, you put food in front of Danny. I mean, as like, if he wins, I mean, that's just more motivation for him to win.
That's true, and it's also a disadvantage because he always talks about, I shouldn't have ate that donut. Aaron is going to beat me this time.
yeah, that's the reason.
Amy says he doesn't need dessert. Doesn't need the dessert.
Neither do I. But it ain't stopping me from eating it. That's for damn sure.
So what's it going to look like for the rest? You got how many more races left this year?
We have a twin race on October 10th. We have one this Saturday, the non-winners race, but we're not going to be out there this year because it's a non-points race, and I'm still in the boot. So hopefully, when I'm out of the boot, I'll make it by October 10th, and I'll be out there.
Oh, so you're gonna miss it until October the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Now you're gonna run the double race.
The twin race.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for 3 years for a twin race. They
When-
keep taking
when-
it away each year.
When is the twin race?
October 10th.
Mm.
Is someone going to come out there finally? Come out of retirement?
I don't know. I ain't got no motor on purpose. I don't have a motor. That way I'm not tempted to come out there.
Wow. I mean, you got enough problems to deal with.
Right, Derek?
Deal with your rivals there with Danny Millard.
Are you going to keep up in this bet, or are we done with the bet?
No, we're going to keep betting. It's just it's going to be something different each
He's
time.
going to be fat as hell at the end of the season.
Well, maybe you need to get Gary and them to help you out and pull to a win and get a win over him.
They help me out so much. I am so grateful for them. They do everything they can. The long late nights at the shop, working on all mine at BAM's, his cart, all of them. I'm just so grateful for both of them.
Well, cool. I'm glad. Now, do you have a big? I mean, how's things going between you and your brother? Are you able to whoop him on a regular basis now?
Let's go with that.
Okay. Last time you were here, you didn't say you said he was beating you, and
He still is. But and it's different when it's practices. When it's practice, me and him, and we both give our tips to each other after the race. Like, hey, you were doing this. Try doing this differently, and I'll tell him, hey, you were doing this. Let's try this differently. So
Does he listen?
I don't think so. Probably not.
wow.
What guy listens to a woman?
Jack listens. He's smart.
You doggone right, I listen. I ain't stupid.
Ask him where his wife's keys are.
We don't know that.
So if anybody wants to break into Jack's house, it's a good time.
Not now.
to
Locks are changed.
get in.
Locks are changed. They ain't gonna be breaking into no house. But I mean, we don't know where those keys. Those keys just kind of like Star Trek. Poof, they were gone. So I don't know what happened to them. What's it with you women keeping up with stuff?
Oh, I suck at it too. I'm not part of that. The woman who has her stuff together. I'm not a part of that.
Oh, you're not?
I'm still learning.
My goodness, Bam said he listens. He listens, but he just don't do what you
Process
tell him.
it? Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
he heard what you said. He just don't agree with
Nope. Probably not. I'm probably gonna hear about it after this.
it.
Why would you say that?
So do you go out and you go out there and tell him what he say? You tell him what's going on, what's wrong with his car, what he's doing wrong or whatever. You tell him all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he don't listen to you.
Nope.
Now, does it have anything to do with the fact that he's in front of you when all this is going on?
Probably.
I guess that doesn't really matter.
Nope.
So, you thinking about racing something else sometime, or you just like the champ cards?
I love the champ cards, and I had Robert Pellet gave me the opportunity to run in the Enduros for the Day of Destructions, and you knew where I was because how loud the car was, but I had a blast in it. I want to do Enduros, but right now I just can't afford it because I'm also going to school at TCC, so I kind of have to manage that and figure it out when the time is right.
Now, what are you going to TCC for?
I was going for nursing. I'm only 6 credits away from getting my nursing A degree, but I think I'm going to end up becoming a therapist, probably a physical therapist.
Oh.
I was gonna say, don't become a Scott therapist. He'd be analyzing all of us. I'm like, yeah, he screwed up.
Well, I get hurt so much, I can probably end up helping myself. So
What is Eddie Clark talking about? I mean, I wear the pants in my house, and my wife says it's okay for me to say so.
That's because she gave him permission to say it.
You know, I'm still waiting on Eddie Clark with the barbecue thing. When are we going to get all this together and have the barbecue thing? Season's almost over here.
That's a good question.
Season's almost over, Eddie. When are we going to do all this? I mean, you know, we got to come up with a plan. And Cheyenne will bring Danny Millard over and feed him before the race.
Yeah, she needs a couple meals for him.
Now, does Danny help you out any as far as telling you, you know, things?
He does. He helped me out Saturday. He saw how bad I was getting in my head. I had something happen the race before, and I made a mistake on the track, and it got me thinking, and I was just in my head, just like doubting everything I was doing. And he was talking to me after the race, and he was just basically helping me deal with this, and like, it's okay, but he's like, you need to do this.
Well, that'd be nice to have a living legend like Danny to be able to.
The great Danny Millard.
Have you ever seen that slingshot he made out here one time on air?
I did.
That was unbelievable. And I still think about that from time to time. But you know, from what you're saying, he's, you know, those days may have come. Maybe like
He's washed up now.
Richard Petty, maybe like Richard Petty. He's falling behind a little bit here now. He's not on here.
Now, what did Danny tell you to do?
He was saying just to like take a deep breath, breathe, and just let it go. Just put your mind into racing and just don't even think. Don't overthink.
Just hold it to the floor. If they spin out, they're gonna spin out.
Mm-hmm.
Just hook left or hook right and keep on getting.
And not to worry about with us, like you bump and you hit and you door check. And with me, I feel so bad when I do that. Like I go up and apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put my tires on.
Maybe that's what I need to do to Vaughn. Maybe I need to apologize to him for that. We got into it pretty good one time. And he surely lets me know that he hasn't forgotten.
I don't understand why you.
But that don't bother me.
You know, just push them out of the way if you have to.
And Dave said he's going to be 300
I don't like
pounds
conflict, and then with me, being a female in the champ court, I have to prove myself even more.
Just wreck them.
No, no. Oh my God! You stay over there.
What was this?
Now, good. I'm sorry.
What's this with Gary Osborne? What he said, Richard? He saw somebody eating pizza before the race. Was you eating pizza before the race?
Yeah, I was.
I don't eat on race days.
Oh.
Gary says I need a L206. Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Caitlin Joyner because, and I told Nate, her dad, that he needs to put a set of balls on the back of the car dangling. That way, when the boys come up there, they know she's got to say. She did a really good job this weekend. They did some stuff, changed a lot of stuff over the car, and came back and were 5/10 faster than they were at the last race. That's a lot. And qualified 8th or 9th out of 18 cars, 17 cars, or whatever it was. So, and she ended up getting a hole in the radiator, got in the back of somebody, put a hole in the radiator, and didn't finish. But she was running 6th most of the night, most of the night. And I was hoping, I was trying to get, like, man, take the cone and get him, because she could get some more spots. There's a few people. Once the race got going, I think she could pick them off, but she did a really good job.
Well, good. That's I like it with some of these young females that are coming into the sport now. That there's a lot more character to them than you would think.
Yeah, and then you got Down and Dirty, and
I ain't kidding. Down and Dirty, she's had her days.
But she ain't gonna rub with nobody. She gonna.
I can see Scott Allen running into the side of somebody now.
Like, I'm sorry, it's your fault.
I'm sorry at you like that.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
This is the same guy that turned around on the track and went head on into somebody else.
When was this? It wasn't last year, was it?
No, it was arena car days.
Arena car.
Oh, I remember the story now. Yeah. I've heard that a lot.
Eddie said sorry for the late response. He was eating
barbecue.
Eddie, did you buy that big old trailer? I seen him post a big old trailer for like cooking in. That's what Eddie needs.
Yeah, bring it on out here to the track. Let's cook. I mean, You cook. I don't cook. You cook.
You seen what she brung.
You don't cook?
No, I live on fast food.
Okay. Does Mama cook? Lord, there's
That's a negative. That's a negative.
A lot of looking going on here.
As her saying goes, she says, "I ain't no Betty Crocker." So.
Eddie said he's looking for a sponsor, Jack.
Looking for a sponsor? I'll sponsor the day we eat it.
He said he's a test eater.
All right, I'm trying to get a hold of Bailey Curry. Y'all go ahead and talk. I know you got things to talk about. Y'all know each other really well.
We got things to talk about.
I guess we do.
I want to know about
Who's your sponsors?
So I still have Bay Area. I remember what they do this time.
Who?
Bay Area Auto Glass.
Do they do something with glass? Maybe.
Yeah, they if you have a crack in your windshield or your windshield is just completely shattered, they'll go and fix it for you. And
how far do they go?
I have no idea. I haven't found out yet.
What's their working hours?
8 to 5.
Oh, darn. I need a windshield in my car.
I know the man. Oh my god.
I'm not going to ask this question.
And then we did pick up one more sponsor. I'm wearing his shirt today. Scrapper John, MD. If you have scrap metal that you want to get rid of, he'll come and get it from you.
Like Scott's car from last year?
Probably.
It's gone.
Oh, was it in your shop dangling from the ceiling?
No, there's just
We were going to pull that prank
pieces.
on him one night.
There's just pieces left. Dave said he hopes your foot is healing better. I think we got Mr. Curry.
Curry.
Who answered anything?
Here you go, not answering. You're not talking about people's names again.
All righty. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How about y'all?
We're
Good.
doing great, man. Appreciate your time tonight to be with us and everything. I know you got a lot going on and getting ready for Vegas this weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about how your season's been going.
It's been good. You know, we've had our ups and downs. Been running over there for Mike Harmon Racing. We've had our good runs, had bad runs. When we don't have mechanical issues, we usually run pretty good. And then I've also been running for Nice over here in the truck series. That's been going pretty well. And hopefully we just keep that going the rest of the year.
Now, over at Nice, they're bringing in a lot of drivers to drive over there. And does that help you out when you have like other people driving the car, driving the trucks and seeing what's going on?
Yeah, it helps just to have people to talk to. It doesn't help as much when you don't have practice, but just talking to people that have been to these places before and driving Nice's trucks, that helps a lot. And like talking to Ross and those guys, it helps. But I mean, really, like I said, it's been hard with no practice, so you can lean on them, but not as much as you think.
So what has it been like to show up to a racetrack that you haven't been to and just bail off in turn one with no practice, no anything?
I mean, luckily by now I've been to most of these places. Maybe not in a truck or Xfinity car specifically, but I've been to quite a few of these places now. And I don't know, it's weird knowing you're in the same situation as everybody else. Kind of makes it a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is definitely weird. It's kind of like, you know, you'd think you get some laps like, you know, like a hot lap session like you would at your Saturday night dirt track, you know. But I don't know. It is strange, but it's fun at the same time.
I figure just when you get going in the first corner, you just let off when everybody else lets off. You'd be like, this should be good.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
So what's it? You know, you're racing with Mike Harmon and Mike Harmon. He's got some good equipment as far as the cars look good and everything every week and the things he does. What's it like for a team? You know, a team his size. Is this pandemic stuff with no practice and everything, is it really helping a team like him?
Honestly, it really doesn't help us out that much. It's actually kind of a disadvantage, you know, because we don't have a pull down rig, we don't have sim, we can't do a lot of the things these bigger teams do. to dial our cars in while we're at the shop. We have to rely on that practice time, and me and myself and Kyle Weatherman, the drivers, to kind of tell the crew chiefs what we got going on and how we can make the cars better. But we've like I said, we've gotten better over the past few races here. We've tried some new things, and we've learned some things over the past couple that have really helped us out. So hopefully, like I said, we can keep that momentum rolling. We had that issue at Bristol last week with the truck arm breaking. That really stunk. We were going to have a really good run, but it is what it is. And I guess, to answer your question, it really doesn't help us out. It kind of actually hurts us.
Huh.
I was thinking more along the lines of how it could, financially. I mean,
that is. I didn't think about that side. That does help. I mean, we're not have to pay for 3 nights of hotel rooms, one and sometimes none. That helps. Not having to buy practice tires and all of that. That does help us. But on the flip side of that, with no practice, you can't buy people's practice tires they don't use and things like that. I mean, it's a double-edged sword all the way through.
Now, with the pit crews and how that's operating, how does it affect you guys? I mean, do you have a rented crew that comes to help you out or whatever?
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes just some of Harmon's road crew guys will jump in there, but we usually have a few guys, like contracted guys through Excalibur or this new team we got, Pat Cole's guys. They're pretty good. They did my car at Bristol and they did a really good job.
I hadn't heard of them.
Well, neither. I hadn't heard. So, what's the rest of the season look like for you? How many are you going to be running the rest of the season with Mike and with Nice?
Yeah, planning on running, pretty much all the races with Mike, maybe except for Talladega. And running as many as I can over here at Nice Motorsports. I've really appreciated the opportunity they've given me to jump in some quality stuff here and there. And I mean, Mike as well. I mean, Mike's had faith in me all year and just continue to put me in and help me get experience and some exposure as well. So big thanks to both of those people.
Have you started working on next year's stuff yet?
Somewhat here and there. I mean, I try to, just focus on what I'm doing so I can do the best job of what I'm doing right now. But definitely. I mean, we're putting some feelers out there, I'm talking to Mike, talking to some of these people over here, and just seeing what we can work out. Obviously, a lot of it's, sponsor driven.
Yeah.
But we're working on all that.
Do you assist Mike and getting sponsors and contacting sponsors and everything to help go? Because I know he's got a lot of stuff going on too.
I mean, I try, but I mean, pretty much everything has been on the car besides, maybe Fort Worth screen printing, which they help us get T-shirts and stuff. They do all my shirts. They do all Mike's shirts. That's all been Mike. Mike's pretty much gotten everything on those cars. So some of the people over there doing marketing stuff, making those phone calls, have done a really good job this year.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad that you're going to be able to finish up the season. And how many more truck races do you got?
I really don't know. I kind of get in where I fit in, so we'll see here.
Now, do you go and work at the shop at any of these places or anything? Do you go?
Yeah,
help?
I'm at Nice Motorsports right now. We're working late trying to get these truck loaded up to go to Vegas. So
now, on a personal note here, Bailey, I got a personal note for you. I understand you're in one of those fantasy football leagues.
Yes.
There's somebody I know that's involved in the same fantasy league with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not doing too well this year. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually terrible this year in both the leagues I'm in. So I got to work on that. I gotta see who's available, get some free agents because my team is not doing well right now.
So you're telling me that he's beating you right now? That person I'm talking.
Yeah, I think everybody's beating me in the league right now.
Who was that?
League.
I think because it seems like when we're over there, when we used to be able to go in the garage, it seems like everybody's talking fantasy football and who's got what, and it's like, damn, it's like all of them are. Everybody in the garage.
Most race teams, they all watch football. They're all into sports, so everybody's kind of got their own league going.
Yeah, Lee was telling me I was in Charlotte a couple weeks ago, and he was telling me he was in a fantasy league with you and everything. I said, well, I'm getting ready to get him on the show. gonna have to hound him about that. So I can't hound you because he's,
So he's talking trash for his sons. In other words, what he's
Yeah.
doing.
That's all right. He does enough of that on his own, but that's all right.
You got that right. So how did where'd you originally start racing at, and what'd you start out in?
I originally started in Texas racing go-karts down in New Braunfels, and I kind of worked my way up through the go-kart stuff, got into Bandoleros, Legends cars, traveled a lot in Legends, pretty much all over the country, and then kind of came back home, ran a bunch of modified late model stuff in Texas, just trying to work on sponsor relationships and things like that. And then I really just had someone call me and ask me if I wanted to go try to run Rick Ware's Cup car. Actually, I was going to go start helping them and just see what I could do to eventually try to get in that Cup car. And Rick helped me get some truck rides and Xfinity rides. And I really just worked my way up the ladder from there, just kind of clawing and talking to everybody I can and pestering everybody I can to try to get me in the car. And yeah, that's how I pretty much got to where I am today.
I mean, Rick has helped a lot of people, or give a lot of people an opportunity.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you haven't been driving any of his stuff lately, have you?
No, I drove for him at Bristol earlier this year, but other than that, no. I still I work over here at Nice, and then I obviously go and help Mike on the Xfinity side. But on Cup Day, I usually go over there and help road crew with their car.
Oh, okay.
Who was your crew chief over there?
Mike Hillman.
Okay, yeah. They won't racing Jason. I think he's been helping the same guy. I think that guy's been in the car most of the season.
Yeah.
Well, Bailey, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for being with us tonight. Hope everything goes good. Maybe you can get your fantasy team running better than it has been. I'm pulling for you to get at least one win over him during the year because you got to do something.
I got to get in there. I got to get to work with my team. So yeah, hopefully.
Okay, man. All right, appreciate it, Bailey. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you again soon. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
See you, buddy. Lee don't need no help talking trash.
No.
He can talk enough trash.
We were
for you and me together.
We were sitting there in his apartment, and he made the comment about he was in a fantasy football league. I said, okay. He said, there's a bunch of race car people in this league, Kyle Weatherman and Bailey Curry and all them. He said, I got them covered. And evidently he was right. I mean, so who we got now?
Well, we got Devin Morgan, but I did see him, but I don't think let's see if he's got any microphone, because it says no microphone.
You got questions asked now. Don't sit here and like a
Well,
what's up, Devin? How you doing, man? You don't have any. Your microphone is off there, Devin.
You got me now?
No, we got you now, man.
But what do you iRacing tonight or something?
Not yet. I'm just what I got for right now is kind of set up my phone, but it worked.
Hey, it works.
Look, man, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about you the last couple of weeks.
Is it good?
Good stuff, really good stuff. Tell us about I think it was a week or two ago, you went to 3 different tracks, 1, 2 out of the 3, or 3 out of the 3, or something like that?
Yeah, Labor Day weekend, we had a really great weekend for racing. Friday, with the Word of Outlaws in town, we were support division for them. And I was able to qualify 3rd out of 19, and they got together. The leaders got together lap 1, and it put me starting on pole. So I was able to jump out front and lead all 20 laps to win there. Then we went to Harris the next night, paying the same amount, and we qualified outside pole, fell back to 3rd, and that's kind of where we rode to the end. We're all about the same speed. And then Monday night, we went to Tri-County and qualified outside pole, and was able to drive around the inside pole, man, in turn 1 and 2 on the outside and lead lap to lap there as well.
So how many wins you got this year?
5. I got 5 this year.
That's 5 more than I got.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. So what does the rest of your season look like? Where are you going to be running the rest of the year? Anything big coming up for you?
I believe we're going to run the Mike Duval Memorial at Cherokee. I think that is the 1st of October. And then we're going to run Charlotte, if they have it, at the end of October, start of November. And I believe there's a couple other big ones in there, but mostly I think we're just going to be bouncing around wherever we can race, just try to hit as many races as possible. Just continue trying to get laps in the car.
So you basically staying in that area down where Cherokee and that area, that's basically where you're racing at?
For the most part, yeah. Mainly Livonia. That's kind of been the big one, in Harris that was the two biggest tracks that we ran. We ran one race at Cherokee, which was a big race. We hit Tri-County one race. Toccoa, we've been there once. We want to get a set of American racers and go to Hartwell. Lawrence, we want to hit there sometime this year if possible, and just trying to hit as many racetracks as possible. Trying to get me to learn as many different surfaces and configurations and all of that before the year's over.
So would you in next year, are you looking to expand on that a little bit more and go to some other places? Because I was out in Missouri a few weeks ago too, and I saw Peevely, and they tell me all the great stories they have about car racing out the dirt series coming to Peevely and stuff. Is that one of your thoughts? Maybe somewhere down the road you might get in one of those traveling type series to go around them other places?
That's something I definitely would want to do. We did the traveling with the go-karts. I think it was 13 different states we went around, and it'd be a lot harder for us to do it in the car, but I definitely want to hit as many racetracks as we possibly can, because I love traveling around and getting to race in different areas.
That's cool. I mean, we got a couple up here and some of those places, dirt tracks up here. That'd be good for you to come up and get racing near us, so we can come out and see you race on.
Yeah, I believe the Thunder Series, which is big for the 602 late models around here. A lot of our local tracks run their rules. I believe they travel up there once or twice a year, I think. So next year, I think we're going to try to hit more of them. Maybe we don't quite like the way that they have some things set up. We feel like we take a chance on having our car tore up, but we'll hit as many as we possibly can.
So how did you get started?
With racing or with the late model?
With racing in general.
We went to a racetrack to watch one of our good friends, and it was a go-kart race, and I told Dad that's what I wanted to do, and he traded out he traded out some stuff, got me an old cart just to see if I liked it, and I went out and I loved it, and then we got a better go-kart, and it took off from there.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's fun that you're doing some of the things you like to do as far as running those dirt cars. I love to see the matter of fact, we just had a dirt car out here practicing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see a dirt car on asphalt. But what have you started working for next year on some of the things you got planned for next year, or is that something you wait till later on to do?
We have not started working on our plans for next year. We're just trying to been hitting as many races as we possibly can this year. Just trying to finish off the year strong, but I think towards the end of the year, sometime in December, we'll start looking and seeing what we want to do for the coming up 21 season.
Cool deal. Well, I'm glad everything's going. But that weekend you had a couple weekends ago, man, I tell you that was pretty impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely something I'll remember for a while. I love being able to race like that at 3 different racetracks. Definitely a memory I'll have.
So who all helps you with the car?
I gotta thank Zach, Dylan, and Chase Thomason a lot. They do a lot for me, and I can't thank them enough. They're in the shop a lot of the nights throughout the week, just working on the car, getting it ready. Mainly a lot of maintenance that goes with being in a late model.
Do you get into the chassis side of the car, or do you just mostly do the driving side of it and let them handle that?
I try to learn as much as possible with the working on the car. I'm not mechanically inclined, but I try to learn as much as possible. But I also do a lot of research. To learn the late models, to see how things work and stuff like that.
Looks like you got a friend joined you.
Yeah. She busted through the door here.
What kind of dog is it?
So.
What is it?
Door don't lock. It's a.
Oh.
This is Zoe. Yeah. She's deaf and can't hear. She's a brat.
Yeah.
All right, well, give your sponsors a shout out there, Devin, and let us know and tell us who they are, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Well, first off, I gotta thank my mom, my dad, NPM Marketing, Wiley X Glasses, Old South Trailers. I gotta thank Jiffy Lube that's came on this past week for all the help they've already done, and we're looking to continue our partnership. I gotta thank Buffalo Bar and Grill, Superior Graving, Maverick Steel Buildings, Elite Cars LLC, Smith Motors, Excel Racing Solutions, Shore to Shore Express, Francis Marion Tire and Brake, Affordable Automotive, Meredith Battery, Morgan Motor Co., and Upper Lower Class Hot Rods.
I was going to say, damn, how many sponsors has he got?
Gotta have
ran
them.
out about 5 fingers ago.
You gotta have them all, don't you, to make it work?
Yes, sir. They help us out a lot. This late model deal wouldn't be possible without them.
All right, well, we appreciate it, man, and hopefully we'll talk to you again real soon, and maybe you have another one of those big weekends, and we'll talk with you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on. We're going to continue to work hard, try to win as many races as we possibly can.
All right, man.
All right, bud. Good luck to you, man.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And Gary says we got to, and then think about it. We got to wish Lisa a happy birthday. Was she 29, 30?
She told me to tell everyone she's turning 21.
oh, 21.
Yeah, we're going that young.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm staying out of the age thing. I ain't getting involved in that. So y'all talk about it all you want.
And is your birthday coming up?
No, not really. No. Don't know nothing about my birthday coming up.
I know. There's no proof.
I know it's coming up November or
Me
something.
and Cheyenne are playing legs back and forth.
You know she D&D for a reason. She is her mother's child.
She can't get her breath now. Jeez. Well, we're waiting on the same person we waited on last week.
Well, we get to 8 o'clock. He gone. Who are we waiting on?
Jansen Marchbanks.
All right, who is Jansen Marchbanks?
He's runs down at Greenville Pickens,
Okay.
and he just happened to just a couple weeks ago got his first win down there. I think he's good friends, from what I understand, with Jason McDowell.
Okay.
So J-Man.
Hey, and you got to give a shout out to, oh man, I just had his name. That won Daytona in the 21 car.
Matt.
No.
Huh?
That's in the Nice Motorsports truck. Has a coffee shop. Why am I drawing a blank? He won in the 21 Cup car at Daytona.
Trevor Bain.
Had a couple of good runs in the truck.
Until last week.
Where did he end up this last week?
He got disqualified.
Oh, I didn't see he got disqualified. Well, they all got disqualified, didn't they? All the Nice, or just his?
Just his.
What did he do? Or what they did.
Some kind of suspension situation, and they
Mm.
took everything away from him. And
Trevor Bain, yeah. Thank you. My mind was, I had the T and the B, but I didn't have anything else. But still, though, he's done a pretty good job to be out of a car for what, 3 years? I think 17's last time he was in a Cup car. So I mean, he's done a good job in that truck, and hopefully, have they said these things? I know they said he's going to run the rest of the races this year. Is he running the rest of the race? Is
They
he
haven't
running
said anything for
next year?
They haven't said anything about next year.
I wonder who they're going to, because I don't, we know Chastain's going to be in the Cup Series. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to run the trucks or the Xfinity next year. So it'll be interesting because it's turned out to be a pretty good team in that.
Yeah, they this coming weekend at Las Vegas, they're going to have Connor Daly in the car and Travis Pastrana in the truck. Both of them are going to be in the truck this weekend.
Oh, really?
So, that's pretty good.
Ride heights. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I did remember seeing something about ride heights. Well, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's disqualifying you, but
big enough deal if you ain't gonna get nothing for it.
It's not like you blatantly, did something.
Have you ever cheated on?
You don't even know how to cheat.
Nope. Plus, I'm too broke for all of that.
Now, who all have you driven for?
I used to drive for Eric Wettkaiser.
Okay, I know you cheated then, so I just.
Aww.
I know there was some cheating somewhere.
Not with me.
You sure?
Oh, I'm positive.
Okay. I like your.
Oh.
Like you feel that.
Yeah.
Any news on who will drive the 48 Cup car?
Me.
I haven't heard anything. I know you had said you thought you heard something. Who are you thinking there, Jack? Are we allowed to even hint?
Al Pierce sat here and made the comment last week
What did he say?
when I made the comment about who I thought might go to the 48. I think you were busy doing something over there with trying to get somebody straight.
Oh.
And we were talking about it. And I made the comment about Kyle Larson going to the 48.
Well, I know they're going after him. And Rick is a pretty good salesman, as we all know.
But I did not know until yesterday that he has still not been approved to come back yet.
Yes, no, I knew that. I think he's submitted
He has submitted the paperwork, but he's not.
But
Tony McAllister, really?
But
I know she.
That's a secret. It's a secret.
Tanya must be drunk tonight. Scott Allen to the 48.
But they were talking about Bubba Wallace, and the guys over at Junior Motorsports that does the their show Door Clear, whatever, Bumper Clear. I wouldn't go to the 48 car. I mean, you got such high hopes for it, and you get in there, you can if you don't perform right away, then and Bubba's starting with a brand new team. There's not expectations of, hey, we've had Jimmy Johnson and won 7 championships with this equipment, and you need to you should be able to do this with it. And as we know, what works for one doesn't always work for the other. I mean, how many times were we over there in the garage with Lee, and I mean, we get a little bit of inside information that what Jimmy had in his car and what Gordon had in his was completely different. And there was one time that they switched cars, and neither one of them liked the way Jimmy's car drove. They whatever. But what always works for one, some does not always work for another driver.
Well, you go into that 48, you're on, like you said, you're under the gun before you get started. And,
I mean, you're going to be under the big microscope. That's big shoes to fill.
I was telling Al, I said I know for a fact that he's probably the leading candidate to go for the 48. He says no, he's going to Stewart-Haas next year.
That's where I would suspect he's going.
I don't think he's going to Stewart-Haas next year. I think it's going to be the 48, and I think he won't be driving the 48.
Well,
he's going to be driving the 88, and Bowman will move to the 48. I mean, that's from an inside source that I have that says that's in the works. But you still got to get him signed first, and you got to get him approved.
Rick
Hendrick, I think, is going to be one of those guys that's going to sit down and talk to these guys or talk to Kyle Larson and say, look, we have sponsors here that we cannot,
definitely.
we can't let them down by making comments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can't be like Cheyenne Strandberg and talk trash about people.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, like, you know, big
There's
people
no
like Danny
proof.
Millard and talking about giving him some food.
I mean,
There's proof on that. We shook on that, so there's no going back now. I saw him join, but
He ain't said anything.
no.
Yeah, he usually don't talk much.
when you are a living legend
In your own mind, I mean,
like
that's
Danny
the thing.
Millard, you don't have to come on these shows and talk a whole lot. I would like to get him back on the show again. I mean, because it was a good show. We had him on here.
Was it?
Yeah, remember him being on here? It was, that was about the same time. You can play with my leg. I don't care.
Well, where's Eric Jones going to end up?
That's a good question.
I mean, I think he deserves a shot because I think he was sort of second fiddle to a lot of stuff over JGR. So I'm curious of how Christopher Bell is going to do over there. I mean, obviously, I think Christopher Bell is very talented, but it's curious of what's going to happen. I thought, and I know the whole Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin deal is a one-car team, or at least that's what they have announced. I would have assumed that was going to be, because I know Toyota wants a couple more teams. I would have thought, because we know from Bob Levine that Toyota was pushing hard to get 2 teams, and he was real close. As we know, he was within.
I think there's a push to get at least one more Toyota team out there, but who is going to do it and how they're going to go about doing it is the next question.
Yeah,
Todd Dillon to the 47.
to the 43.
43, I'm sorry.
You know, I didn't even think about that, but that's probably. Well, then too, you got to think about, and we'd heard that the 37 and what's the other
47.
47.
That was my next thing I was going to talk about.
Probably going to be vacated, or there's going to be some changes going around over there.
Yeah,
so there's a possibility that's a place for Eric Jones to go.
I heard Brad Doherty on the show on his show going home the other day. It's a good possibility there's going to be some major overhaul there.
And it's crazy because the last year they had some real promising runs last year. Haven't done a whole lot. I think they did Daytona. I think what's his name Ricky had some good runs at Daytona, which we expected.
He won at Talladega. Won it last year? He won at Talladega?
Yeah. But I expect a little bit more out of them, but they haven't.
Well, he ain't been right. He ain't been right since Danica left, and
still heartbroken.
Yeah, he's still heartbroken. You know how the women are; they just tear your nerves all to pieces. And,
I mean, runs off with some football guy.
Not me.
And then the football guy dumped her.
Oh, did he? Yeah. I thought they were still together.
No, he dumped her too.
But I'm not surprised though, this Ty Dillon thing. I didn't even think of that scenario.
Oh,
That's
probably a real good deal there because I mean they're tied in with Childress anyway.
Well, they're tied in with Childress. They don't have full funding,
and they're right there on the Childress campus, right there beside everybody. So they know it's like Jermaine is there too now.
Well, they are. But the 43 has outrun them. I mean, Jermaine still hasn't done that well, surprisingly.
Well, I don't think we're going to get Jason on here because, or Jansen, I should say.
Yeah, that guy.
I just sent him 2 messages, and that's 2 strikes.
Third time, yeah. Huh?
Well, I'm not sure there's going to be a third one until I have a chance to talk to him. But anyway, I mean, we don't want to keep people like Cheyenne Strandberg here. You know, keep her, just sitting here waiting on something because she ain't talking much.
Yeah. Well, she's quiet.
After she talked about Danny Millard, she just kind of just left it at that.
Daniel Suarez to the 47, and that wouldn't be a bad fit. I think he still deserves because the ride he's in is not a. That's not a.
I'm not sure that. I'm not going to disagree with Andre too much, but I'm not sure that would be where he would end up. I think he's going to end up he may end up back in the Xfinity series for a while because I think he's way. Of course, he's bringing a lot of money with him when he comes.
Is he?
Yeah, he still got the rich people from
The
Mexico.
heirs,
Yeah.
guys. Mm,
So as he goes, they go. So
no,
you got a sponsor to follow you everywhere you go.
No.
You're just lucky your mom does, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I don't think my sponsors have came to a race yet.
Well, that ain't good.
They have their own lives. They have their business to run, so I can't complain. I'm just thankful.
You
that
need to
they're
get out
here.
there and sell yourself. Tell them sponsors they need to come to the racetrack. Scott goes down the road and just picks up strange people and says, "You're pulling for me tonight," and they brings them up here.
hey, you got it. If you don't have fans, you got to bring them. What do you think about Chase Briscoe? You know,
It all depends on whether the 32 actually shuts down or not. That's where that's going to be an interesting because they're in an alliance with Stuart Haas.
yeah, I don't know what kind of alliance, or how good the alliance is. It's better than what they've had, but they haven't done great this year. But Chase Briscoe, I don't know. That's going to be a really good question of like where. I don't think. Well, I think they talked. Tony made a statement a few weeks ago that he's not coming to Cup next year. It would be the following year before they think he's ready. But he was. Now we still don't know because he was out of a job at the end of this year, and it was kind of a deal. If he won 5 races, he could keep a job. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that the deal?
Mm-hmm. And he said to be able to do what he wants to do or be able to go where make himself better, he'd have to win at least 8 this year.
And where is he at?
7.
Yeah, I mean, the kid has definitely stepped up to the plate and done a really good job. Put butts in the seat. Yeah, we need to put some butts in the seat.
Somebody said Scraper John came to one of the races.
Oh, tighten up.
Oops.
But it'll be interesting how it turns out at the end of the season and some of them we probably won't know until the beginning of the next season who's going where and what's going on.
I don't think you're going to know a whole lot about it right away anyway because they were kind of waiting to see what happened with Bubba and I ain't gonna say Ross Chastain. I think that kind of just come out of that was something that was in the works a long time ago and that just happened. I mean that wasn't but it was getting to be.
Curtis said Parker to the 29 car, Pro 6. He was trying to get in my car the other day. I had to hold him off. I'm like, what are you doing? He said it fits real well.
Y'all let him race it one time.
I can't do that.
And if he finishes better than you do,
that's why I say we can't do that. I will not be able to get back in. But I will say, I do bring the sponsors. So I do have some pull.
A little bit of pull like that. Well, that's our show for tonight, evidently, because when Jason is not Jansen or whatever his name is not going to call in. I'm sending messages and just
maybe he doesn't know how to work the computer.
Well, he can send me a message and tell me he don't. Let me know something.
Yeah, and you could help him how to do that.
No, you can. I just hand the phone to you. But anyway, thank you, Tanya McAllister. Even though you did make a real big funny joke a few minutes ago. We'll see you next week. Next week's show, Roy Martin. You know who Roy Martin is?
I'm drawing a blank, but I
really, you're the one who wanted him on the show.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, Roy is not country as country gets now. When we have him on, he's been an official for a long time, a Bowman Gray official. He's been fighting cancer, but it'll be funny I think it'll be funny to have him on. He is about as redneck as it gets.
And we're going to have the 2020. I'm already making the announcement now. We're going to have the 2020 Pro 6 champion Jared Clark on here next week.
What the hell? What?
He's got 12 wins, man. I don't know how the hell you think you can catch up to him.
I'm going to stuff him next race.
I like
Really?
I like the little thing you all got going back and forth where you took the picture behind his truck coming in,
Yeah.
and you said you were getting tired of following along behind him. And of course, a lot of people made the comments about as close as you got to him on here.
That's what Parker said.
And then at the end of the race, he takes a picture of all the winners' flags on his car, leading right up to our sticker.
I told him, because I ended up parking next to him because Robert wasn't here earlier today. And they said something. He says, "It's a damn shame we got Jack's stickers on our car and you don't have any." I said, "No, I think that's what the damn problem is." I said, "I ain't putting this shit on my car."
Well, I kind of went back and looked at it from an overall standpoint. People that have our stickers on their car. We've got over 25 wins with our stickers on the car, people's cars.
Well, maybe you need to give me a set when I leave.
Well, you need to remind me to get them to you because you don't say nothing about it. I figure, well, he ain't going to worry about it, so I ain't worried about it. Danny Millard had them on his. Now, he don't have them on this year. And look at him. He done fell from the earth. He done fell back.
Wait, I have one on.
Yeah, I mean.
On my old go-kart, on the old.
Did you race it this weekend?
No, I don't have it on the new one. I have it on the old one.
Okay, well then, see, you're falling back.
He's not wrong.
Davey Millard has it on his car, on his cart. He's running pretty good.
Yeah, Davey's running.
Yeah, he's running pretty good.
Well.
Riley Music has it on his bando. And he's done got like.
And see, that's probably what the
12
problem is.
wins.
My driver coach wasn't here this weekend. He was off racing.
He's got 12 wins.
It's a little shit.
Jared Clark's got it on his car, and he's got like 12 wins. Now, doesn't this embarrass you?
You're gonna take more of that to embarrass me.
And if I go and put one on Cheyenne's new cart, and then she goes out there and wins or finishes in the top 5, you're gonna really feel bad then.
Bam says he needs a sticker.
I want you to go by Dave Millard this way. I mean, Danny Millard just wave at him as you go to the front.
Dwight says he needs 2 stickers this weekend.
Well, okay. I will have them here this weekend if I'm here this weekend. I mean, it sounds like ain't nobody else gonna be here this weekend. So what am I gonna go there?
Lightfoot has 6.
6
6
what?
wins.
He's got 6 wins. Yeah, Lightfoot's got 6 wins. He's got our stickers on his car. So that's over 30. I forgot about him. Yeah. I didn't add his up.
Do you actually keep track of this?
Daggone right, because I'm proving a point.
All right, next week they'll be on the car. And if I win, Lord have mercy, I'll
You ain't
never
racing this weekend.
That's in the next race.
Oh, okay.
I'll never hear the end of it.
If you finish in the top 2, I'll probably never hear the end of them.
Well, that's not an impossibility.
So anyway,
Gary
we're going.
said he never got a damn sticker.
Who?
And he said he never got a sticker for this year, and he's running like shit.
There we go. A prime example of what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to redo my stats because I've messed up somewhere. So I'm going to sit down and redo the stats, and I'm going to come to the show next week, and I'm going to tell Scott Allen, this is how many wins our stickers have been on cars this year. Roger Bell, 2 wins down at Dixieland. I'm not sure if does Billy have our stickers on his car? He did it one time. I don't know if he does now or not.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there's more wins. So,
all right. Well, that's a good show tonight.
So anyway,
He'll just keep going on and on about this, Dan.
Next week, the champion of the Pro 6 for here at Langley Speedway for this year,
I can't believe he's doing that.
Jared Clark's going to be here. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to sit here and we're going to sit here and celebrate his win. Too bad he can't win this weekend because he's already won everything else.
It's coming to an end.
We've heard that story for a while now.
Oh, Bean's another one.
It sure is.
Oh, God damn.
Sure is. Beans
Greer.
Beans won a couple races too. Yep, they're right. Yeah, that is unbelievable.
I'm not helping, am I?
That is just totally unbelievable.
All right, well, it was a good show tonight.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, we got everybody be here next week. Cheyenne won't be with us next week, but she's already volunteered to be Scott's fill-in with Scott can't be here.
And then the following week,
but-
I'm excited. 2 weeks from now, not just coming next week's show, but the following week.
You're supposed to be excited every week for a show.
Well, no, you got this damn little shit Clark coming up in here. Roger Sawyer. We're going to have Roger Sawyer. He's going to be in the house. It'll be fun to talk to him. I mean, he's got a long history of NASCAR. He's been here, he's been involved in sport for a long time. He drove here, won a bunch of races, championships, went south to Charlotte and worked for a bunch of teams. I didn't know he worked at Roush and worked for AJ Foyt in their cup program, I believe it was. And then now he's back here, kind of contributing, doing a lot of stuff.
Hey, Jared, yeah, that's a good idea. Go ahead and bring the champagne. Jared, bring the champagne with you next week.
That's a good show.
Bring the champagne. We can all have a great big time.
Where's the black button?
Hey, tell your dad to come too. We need to have a big party too, Jared.
Bring the barbecue.
Yeah, Ed Clark, bring the barbecue. We're going to have a party next week. We're going to celebrate the 2020 Pro 6 champion, Jared
Lock
Clark.
the door.
I'll be here for you, Will. That ain't going to work. All right, that's our show for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We had a great time.
Sick and
Thanks,
tired of
Cheyenne.
seeing this Jared Clark kid.
Thanks, Cheyenne. Me and her been playing legsies back and forth with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right, guys. I'll send you the address, Jared.
me and him have already got that. We discussed this a long
Also, we
time.
moved it to the shop. We'll be in Virginia Beach. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. See you guys next week.